And what can, and I'm an everyday rider now, what can an everyday rider learn from these pros and their training? Like the first word that comes to mind is maybe consistency.
Yeah.
Like they're just
Yeah.
doing it.
100%.
They're just doing it day in, day out, day in, day out.
You've
So
heard the
maybe we could learn
10,000
from that.
hours
Yeah,
thing,
I know
like
it well.
you
Yeah.
can't, you can't spend 10,000 hours riding downhill. So as much as you can towards that, yes. And then ultimately think about the reasons you're doing it. And like you said, if you spend 6 months of training really high, does that increase your expectations of a race? And therefore you don't meet those expectations, therefore you don't enjoy yourself. So those 6 months to project yourself into the future, I'm going to enjoy myself when I perform well. Are those 6 months worth it when you don't? Because you've already risen the bar as well. So instead, why don't you not train? Why don't you go bouldering, fell running, road cycling? Don't do anything specific. Do things that are active that make you move well. Do Pilates and yoga, whatever. Join a CrossFit class. Do a high rocks. Do those things that you're getting fulfillment, but also some element of fitness and progression. And then keep the riding to, I do this because I love it.
Mm.
If raising your performance because you've got deficits on the bike that stop you loving it, fill them in so that then when you do go on your bike, you get a chance to enjoy it.
And I would add, because I'm sure there are riders listening and people listening that do have goals, that do want to improve their riding. They've got a competitive mindset, probably high achievers at work, high achievers
like
on the bike.
99% of the people on the program.
Yeah. And what I would say to them is like, okay, the expectations may rise or your goals are there, but don't let the one race define you. That would be like me letting 2 crashes define my season or my career. It's like, okay, when I pack it up at the end of my career, am I satisfied, And I think they should have maybe longer timelines for the expectation, because you're going to do all this work and you might see an improvement at the very next race, but you might not because of all the factors you've mentioned here.
Yeah.
It's so many variables in downhill, right? From any sport having a lot of variables, but I think downhill has like an incredible amount, Every
Oh,
track's
yeah.
different,
Yeah.
conditions can be different,
Yeah.
the mental side, the conditioning, all those things. So I would almost ask them to stretch out their expectations and goals, and like maybe at the end of the season say, okay, did I have close enough results to some of my goals, and why? What got in the way? And I think that's maybe a healthier way to look at it.
Yeah. Let's say you can set goals, which ultimately is an expectation. So you go to a race and you say, I want to be in the top 25%. You can't change or define how other people ride. So you might be in a group of, everyone racing that day could be way better than the year before you did that same race. Or you have a group of 6 guys that you ride with and you train hard so that then you can be as quick as the second quickest guy. You're like, one day I might catch that guy, but for now, I'd be happy if I beat him. If he's done nothing and not been on his bike, and then, to tell you a funny story about, do you believe much in manifestation and visualizing, like projecting yourself in the future? So Elliot,
Well,
I've
definitely
trained Elliot.
visualization for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, visualizing like track and whatnot, but actually asking the universe what you want and like manifesting it.
I believe in it. Here's what I'll do. I believe in it if you put the work and the process in towards that goal.
Yes.
I don't believe in sitting in your bed and lying on the one side and going, I'm going to manifest a life partner. Well, you got to go out and meet the life partner and put the work.
Yeah. I think
you've heard those,
manifesting.
The Secret, right? The Secret is good, but I think what people miss is the work. Like you've got to go put the effort in.